Alright, this time we have Bladedance of Elementalers. And to be quite honest, this is not one particular anime I want to go into depth. Seeing that it actually has the same problems as a lot of animes that use fan service as a means of attention for its story. So I'm going to skip that kind of problem since we already know that's pretty much the gist of why this show fails. But there are other elements of the show that makes it terrible. For starters, let's go into the simple plot and what the plot is exactly. We have, I'm just going to call him Ren Ashbel since that's his real name. His other one is really elongated and kind of hard to pronounce. Ren Ashbel is a elementaler, whatever the hell that is, that is on a search for a particular spirit that he had met and he had known before, and in doing so has made a connection with another spirit, and as well as met other elementalers in the process. And now he is attending a school that trains said elementalers to control their powers, hone their skills, and perform blade dances as a ceremonial needs. I'm just going to say this right now. This show's actual character structure and plot is very faulty, and one that doesn't really have a lot of detail really supporting the interest in this show. First off, what the hell is an elementaler? I really don't know why they keep calling them these names. Simply that for one thing, elementalers are, why don't we call them summoners or sorcerers or something like that? That seems like an easier name to say than this freaking title that they keep calling themselves. As well as their powers being, they have control over one weapon and enhanced with a particular element, and able to summon one particular spirit that they've made a contract with. It could be a sword, shield, bow and arrow, any kind like that. And the spirits vary in between what kind of elements they control and pretty much where they come from. Like, say, we have a character named Claire who has a flaming cat called Scarlet, and her weapon is a whip. We also have, can't remember her name in particular, but she is of royalty and arms herself with a bow and arrow and controls ice with a spirit known as Fenrir, which doesn't really make any sense since Fenrir is of fire in Norse mythology. I could be wrong on that, but that's kind of what I've heard. But drifting off to the side here. And of course, the coincidental, or I guess the tradition that it's always been, is that every single elementaler in this show is female, and it would seem very impossible for for a male to happen, but we have such character in this show, such as Ren. This is another problem that I have with any kind of show trying to establish a male character in a largely populated cast of female characters. That it's like a guy's dream for that to happen, but it really takes a lot of the realism of trying to really get an understanding of the sanity of the world, as just in terms of it's fakey. It's not real or anything like that. And yes, you could argue that nothing in anime is real, let me tell you, if you implement elements of rational decisions, decent, relatable character designs, that puts a lot of realism in the story that you're watching. And the fact that there are a lot of females in this show that, quite honestly, are so clumsy that even a gust of wind will knock them down, and pretty much let's just face it, every single girl in this show has the hots for Ren Ashbell, even though they call him a freaking pervert, which he's not. I can't really take the cast very seriously. The only person that seems to have any kind of sanity is Ren, and even though I understand his gentleman type style, he pretty much is a pushover when it comes to any kind of girl trying to maybe force herself on him, or calls him out for bullshit reasons. I especially hate the character Claire, who constantly refers to Ren as her slave. And this has only happened because Ren has had unintentionally, or I guess interfered with a contract between Claire and another said spirit, just in order to save her life. And now that she's claiming, "You stole my spirit, now I demand that you become my slave." How does this work? And the thing is, she keeps referring to him as his spiritual contract, whatever. He's not a spirit. He's a freaking human being that who got the Excalibur spirit fair and square. She's just not a character that I really find appealing at all. Especially when she is the most clumsiest and most hard-headed of the entire cast. I mean, and as far as the plot goes, and I am going to go back to the whole fan service directing the entire show, the last episode that did air was had a main driving point where there's a new girl in the academy whose breasts are bigger than all the other female characters that we've seen so far. And now Claire wants to figure out how to make hers bigger so that she can get Ren's attention. Are you kidding me with this? We can't have a more serious plotline to really, really intrigue the audiences. We're gonna do this. I guess this is what I get for watching a show that literally started their introduction with a guy walking in on a girl bathing in the spring. I'm not kidding, this happens. Well, I'm going to keep watching this until about episode 10, because that's pretty much the point, my cutoff point for absurdly weird anime like this. It's not really worth your time, honestly, and it's not even. It doesn't even toy with any brilliant ideas or any great details that they could really tell you to catch your attention. Like, where do the spirits come from? How did the tradition of Bladedance come from? Why is it that females actually make better elementalers than males, apparently, in this world? These are key details I would like to know in this. I'm begging this show to actually make it interesting. But every single show, they do something stupid and nonsensical that makes me want to hate it even more. Don't watch this show. Please don't watch Bladedance. This is not worth your time. So, well, I've rambled enough about this show, so I'll let you guys go, and feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, or and tell me something that you find absurdly weird in your anime. So I'll see you guys later.